Morning, everybody. Whether you're a full-fledged vegan, a committed vegetarian, or simply a meat eater looking to add more plant-based foods to your diet, vegan every day might be just the thing you're looking for. Chef Doug McNish joins us now with some great ideas from his book. How are you?
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Yeah, so happy to be here sharing food with you guys.
And you always bring the most original, delicious stuff. So where do you want to start? Down that end?
Yeah, so here we start our day homemade almond milk. So homemade almond milk is so simple. Most of us are buying it from boxes in stores. Really, it takes 30 seconds to create. And one of the great things about homemade almond milk is you can actually use the final product in gluten-free baking. So we have the nuts, the pulp left over, we've dried the pulp, and then we have almond flour.
Okay, speak to me a little bit, because you're talking my language about homemade almond milk. I have that every day, but I'm one of those people that, yeah, Doug buys it in the boxes. Is it just a case of just mashing them up in a food processor? Or?
Soak your almonds. You can soak your nuts as short as 30 minutes up to overnight, and then just blend in the blender and strain with a nut milk bag. It's really simple.
I have a nut bag for you.
You do you? Thank you, Liza Fromer. You're a friend.
Someone gave it to me once, and I've never used it for that very thing. I'm bringing it for you tomorrow.
Okay.
You know what's so important in vegetarian cuisine, in my opinion, is umami. It's that depth of flavor that's missing in so many dishes. You know that you eat a piece of meat and it's dripping and it's gooey. So this is a perfect example. We have a a cauliflower steak. We've caramelized it. There's a celery root puree on the bottom and a little bit of crispy, salty, smoky tofu on top.
Amazing.
Absolutely delicious. Here,
it looks gorgeous. And
summertime in Canada, for me, fresh organic corn. Beautiful. This is a wonderful smoky corn chowder. So I'm just going to ladle some in here. And again, almond milk as the base.
Okay.
I'm going to bring this right to the bowl. Look at that. Luscious.
Oh, it smells so good. So what all is in here? Corn,
sweet
obviously.
Potatoes, corn, your standard carrot, celery, onion. We're going to garnish this guy here. Touch of olive oil just right over top.
Well, it's interesting because you haven't thickened this with a cream base, right? It's, again, the almond milk, so obviously it's a little more healthy.
Absolutely. So there's no dairy. One of the things, I'm classically trained in French food, so cream, things like that, it's easy to replace. It's easy not to miss it. I'm going to pass this over to you, Eliza.
Yeah, as I stand with the spoon at the ready.
And a little drool right
yeah,
there.
Man.
So my new book, 500 vegan gluten-free recipes. What do we think, guys?
It's good. It's sort of good. It's great. Doug, talk to me a bit about gluten-free and why that is so important and so healthy, because we see it everywhere we go now, right? At restaurants, at grocery stores, gluten-free.
You know what? 95% of the wheat that's out there isn't actually food. It's genetically modified. It's created in laboratories. We shouldn't be consuming it. So many people are having allergies and reactions to it. So in my new book, I have a gluten-free flour blend. And this you can use cup for any traditional white flour recipe.
Well, that is a good thing, too, because gluten-free doesn't necessarily mean healthier when you're buying something packaged. Is that correct? Like, it could still have a lot of extra things to replace it that you don't necessarily want either. So when you make it yourself, you know.
Exactly. Of course, just because something's gluten-free doesn't mean it's good for you. Just because something's vegan doesn't mean it's good for you. You still need to eat whole, unprocessed foods. So in my blend, I have organic brown rice flour, a little bit of tapioca, a little bit of arrowroot, and a little bit of sorghum. Really easy to mix. Keep in a container. You can bake muffins, cookies, cakes. Same recipes that you're used to. Easy gluten-free. So here
Speaking
to go
of
with
muffins
the soup,
and that, yeah, I wanted to mention these biscuits here, right?
These are cheddar and chive biscuits. Absolutely delicious. So I actually make a vegan, whole food cheddar cheese in my new book.
What's it made of?
Cashew.
Oh.
The almighty cashew.
Yes, yes. All right. I mean, everything looks fantastic. This is delicious. Thank you so much, Doug McNish. The book is Vegan Every Day.
Thank you
Good to
so
see
much.
you.
Thank you for having me, guys.